All right, welcome to our Partner and Prosper talk show. Yes, Partner and Prosper with God talk show, I should say. That is where that's me and the Holy Spirit, get to show you, educate you, and empower you to partner and prosper with God without sacrificing one for the other. And we have a special show for today for all mothers. We are celebrating moms. Yes. And I say, anyone who's been mothering the world or mothering someone is a mom. I'm declaring that. So yes, we have a special show, and I have our special guest back with us today, Grace Strachan, and she's gonna do a special on motherisms. So who has some favorite motherisms that you remember from your childhood days? Well, come on and share with us. Share, you can drop them in the comments below, but we'll be sharing some lovely things on what we remember from our mothers, our time with our moms, right? And so before we get started, let me quickly introduce myself. Hi, my name is Kileha Holder. I am the Christ Equipping Officer here at Faith in Life and your spirit-led coach and business strategist. And here at Faith in Life, we help Christian entrepreneurs launch, build, and sustain their businesses in partnership with God and to set it up to be profitable personally, financially, and spiritually, all three without sacrificing one for the other. And before we dive into today's video, I want to invite you to let us help you to overcome the limiting beliefs that you tell yourself, such as you will never achieve your dreams. That is a lie. Right? So when you join us, let me just put the link here, but it's also in the description of the video. If you click on the link, you can join us for some free mindset coaching. And this is live via Zoom every week on Thursdays. All right. So, also, before I get started, I just want to invite you to subscribe or to click following if you haven't already, our Facebook and YouTube channels. And be sure to turn on your notifications so you get notified when I post more free content like this. All right. So, let me bring our guest of the honor on today. Yes. All right, there we go. Awesome, Grace.
Good
Nice to have
morning.
you here again with us. Good morning, June. Thank you for the blessings. Awesome. All right, Grace. So let's talk about motherisms. The floor is yours today.
Thank you. I'm actually writing a book on motherisms.
Mm,
And to tell you why I'm writing the book is my mother has been gone for quite a few years, and I miss her every day.
mm,
My husband passed away just about 5 years ago. And if it had not been for my mother's motherisms, in my mind, she literally spoke to me every time something happened. I
mm,
would remember my mother's motherism, and it got me through some pretty hard times because, I had been married for 42 years, and when my husband suddenly passed away, I was not in good shape, and
mm.
I needed my mother. And
Yes.
so she came to me with her motherisms. So I decided to write a book as a tribute to my mom.
Yes.
And then God works in mysterious ways. I was on a Zoom call and I had met somebody that we were doing a one on one. And of course, what do we do in life? We try to get approval from everyone, right? So
Yep.
I was going, I'm writing a book. Hadn't started it, hadn't done anything, but I'm telling everybody, right? Because put it out there, it's going to happen, right? Anyway, so I told this woman, I had never met her before, that I was writing a book on motherisms. That is all I said. And all of a sudden, her whole demeanor changed. Her face, everything changed. And I thought, oh, what did I say? And I just sat there and said nothing. And we had this moment, probably
Mm,
like 30 seconds, but it felt like an hour of
mm.
complete silence and being uncomfortable. And she said to me, Grace, you don't know me. We've just met. And so you wouldn't know that I'm actually estranged from my mom.
Mm,
And I haven't talked to her in about 4 or 5 years. And the only thing I said was, oh, nothing else. And all of a sudden, she got a smile on her face. And her whole demeanor changed again. And she said, "But thank you." I said, "You're
Mhm.
welcome." She said, "You just reminded me of a couple things that my mother actually taught me that I've lived by my entire life."
Mm.
And we proceeded to have the rest of our one on one. And that conversation did not come up again because I think she just needed to release.
Yes.
And I got off that call and I cried
Mm.
because it made me aware that God was saying to me, "Oh, yes, your mother's motherisms are very important and you need to write a
Aw.
tribute. But what you need to do is you need to
Mm.
interview people and
Mm.
learn their motherism
Mm.
and the story behind it and share it with the world." So that's what I'm doing.
Mm.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. So share some of your motherisms with us. What did your mom tell you?
What got me through
Mhm.
my husband's passing was this one motherism, and that was when somebody you love, somebody you care about, somebody that means something to you says or does something maybe not so nice, walk away
Mm.
because you do not know where their heart or their mind was at that moment.
Mm.
And when it's somebody you don't know that well, you've just maybe met, and they do something or say something maybe not so nice, walk away
Mm.
because they're not worth your time anyway.
Mm.
And that was one of the motherisms that really got me through because you don't realize when somebody passes, I mean, you tend to think all about yourself. You know,
Mhm.
my husband's gone, my, and
Mhm.
you assume. But I realized because of my mother, you know, their uncle, their brother, their friend had passed away
Yeah.
and they were having a hard time. So it wasn't about me. It
Mhm.
was about being in the moment and realizing that you cannot feel bad about what somebody is not doing or
Yeah.
not saying because you do not know where their heart or mind is at that time.
No. No, no, no. We like to assume, oh, because this person did that, they're evil, they're mean, they're what, they're this.
Hmm.
No, we don't know what's going on in that person's life. It reminds me of that story of the guy that was on the plane with his two daughters, or I don't know if they were both daughters, but two kids or something like that. They were, making noise, and everyone's looking at the dad, and he's just sulky and
Yeah.
stuff, and he's not doing anything right. And then it came out, it revealed that they lost their mom, right? And he was totally just like, kind of disconnected. And then it changed the atmosphere of the people on the plane, and they were like, oh, so more sympathetic, right? But yeah,
Yes.
we don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. And it's like when you meet somebody on the street, and that motherism has been with me for years and I've utilized it over the years. When you're walking down the street and you see somebody that looks kind of grumpy, smile at them
Yeah.
because it's contagious. And you
Yeah.
don't know where their mind is at that time. There's something
Yeah.
might major have happened, they've had a bad day, whatever. But if you can smile and uplift them,
Mhm.
that's great because you might help them get out of that funk or whatever. So I've utilized it for, a very long time, but I never realized how really profound and important it was in my life.
Wow. That is so good. Your mom is probably up there looking at you like this big smile on her face. Look at
Yeah,
my girl.
exactly. And I got another one, and this is one of my favorites
Mm.
because I always smile when I think of this one.
Mm.
My mother believed that you always left your ego at the door.
Ooh.
And
Ooh.
I have always had, because I'm very much my mother's daughter, always had a problem with people with arrogance.
Mm.
These people that think, it's all about me and, whatever. And because of my mother. And this is one of the reasons because, you've heard a person, this is a motherism, you've heard a person say, great minds think alike.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's heard that one. Well, my mother would, if somebody was being very arrogant and saying, well, great minds think alike.
Mhm.
My mother would very quietly, very subtly, and very low key say, yes, I totally agree. Yet fools seldom
Tell
prevail.
them, tell her. Yes. Yes, yes.
And what I loved about it more than anything was you would watch the person. And if
Mhm.
the person was truly arrogant,
Mm.
and they're very self-centered, they'd go, ha, 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 and it would go right over their head.
Mm.
If it was somebody that was just, making a point or, just being funny or whatever, they'd go, oh, and take it to heart,
Y
right?
yes.
Or she would say it to us as kids.
Mm.
If
Mm.
we started getting, kind of uppity.
Mhm. I love that. Yes, people don't like to quote the other half because it doesn't sound too good, right?
No, no, but it's funny. I mean, it's funny, but it can be, it can be very, again, very profound.
Yes, yes,
So what's a
definitely.
motherism that you can think of?
Oh, Heavenly Father. Well, one that I kind of stuck with me is when my mom says, "Don't use the word hate. Hate is too strong of a word. Use dislike." Those words were always saying. So whenever I went to say hate, I would stop myself and said, dislike instead, right? And
Yes.
so that was one that my mom, that keeps ringing in my ears.
And that's a good one to have because I've done that too. My mother said the same thing.
Mhm,
That's a really hate. She used to say hate is a hateful word.
mhm.
And think about it before you say it. It's a very strong, hateful word.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
didn't we didn't use hate around in our household.
No. No. You
No.
disliked it, or
Yeah.
maybe wasn't too happy about
Yes, exactly.
it. What are some of the others?
Oh my goodness. Well, one that brands my mind that I will never forget is my mom used to always say when we get in trouble, she says, I brought you into this world. I can take you out. And
Yes.
what was more scary about that fact is that I lived right behind the cemetery, right?
Oh.
Literally, you look over my wall and there's a cemetery, a graveyard there.
Wow.
So it's like, and she had the means to get
Wow, that is funny. Oh my.
Oh my goodness. But it just, it makes you stand up, on pins and needles to make sure that you're not doing anything to get mom,
Yeah. Oh, that's
upset,
funny.
right?
Yes, that's funny. Yep.
And
Yeah.
another one I love is, and this is like a real deal back home, especially in the Caribbean, is my mom would say, I have eyes behind at the back of my head, right?
And didn't you think she did?
Oh yes, because one day I left school there was a fair going on at school, and I left school and I went to a pizza shop just down the street from my school, right, to buy pizza. Leaving school during school time, right?
Yeah. Oh, I know.
And I waited there, and by the time I got home, my mom knew. I was like, oh
Oh
yeah, that
my.
pizza wasn't that tasty enough to worth it, right?
we need to
Like,
be
oh
we need to interview you for my book. And I'm actually putting kind of an all points out there
mm,
because what I'm going to be doing, and this is how I'm going to be doing it, is I'm going to be interviewing, um,
mm,
and I'm going to be interviewing on a Zoom
mhm,
with no cameras. And I'll tell you why. Um, I really have a thing about the news. Okay. I don't watch the news.
mm,
And the reason I don't watch the news is not because of the negativity and, all the reasons people give now. I don't watch the news because of one reason. And
mm,
that is I want somebody to report the news. I
mm,
want their opinion. I want them to say, blah, blah, blah happened next.
mhm.
Blah, blah, blah happened. That's what they're getting paid to do. They're not getting paid to give me their opinion. So I said that when I did this book, what was important to me was to take the motherism and
Mhm.
have the story behind it, but it's their story,
Yes.
not my story, not a rewrite of their story, but a true, this is the story behind it. So
Yes.
I'm going to transcribe.
Mhm.
the story. And so the reason I'm not putting the cameras on, because you see, I talk with my hands, and a lot of people talk with their hands. But if they're not on camera, they're going to verbalize completely different
Yeah.
because nobody can see them.
Yes.
Yes. And so that's what I'm doing. And so the only correction is going to be probably grammar.
Hmm. Yes. Yeah, you gotta edit at least. Yes,
I have
yes.
to edit a little bit, but I
For
want
sure.
it to be truly the story behind, because I really believe that it should be something. I am hoping in this book, and I have not decided yet, so any input I can get would be great. I was thinking that what I would love to do is have a journal section, so that when people are reading the Motherism and the story behind it, they have a place to be able to write their own. Because everybody's going to have their own story for every one of these Motherisms. And so I'm not sure if I'm going to do a workbook or if I'm going to do a journal section. But there
Nice.
is going to be a place that people can keep track. I really want to share with everyone out there those memories. I
Mhm.
think, I think our society, we don't write down anything anymore. We don't keep it. And well, you know what I do for a living. We send out cards. I really believe that acting on those promptings is the most important thing in life, to send a card, make somebody feel good. Well, I think this book is going to take that one step further. And hopefully
Awesome.
it's something that people can keep and cherish.
Yes, yes. Well, I hope that if anyone who's watching and has some motherisms that they want to share and would love to be interviewed by Grace, reach out to her. I put her
Yes.
contact details is scrolling across the screen, but I'll also make sure to have her add those in this video so that you guys can easily access that. But check them out, check her out. And
Yes.
share. No, those memories are precious, especially now we just, celebrated moms for Mother's Day. So this would be an awesome gift, so something that you can give to your mom, if she's still, by the grace of God, with you or with us. If not, then you can pass it on to your grandkids, your kids, and kids, right? So that the memory of your mother lives on, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
And that's
Well,
why I think the journaling could be important, because you could
yes,
write your own in there and then
yes.
pass it on.
Yes, yes, I love it. That is a great thought. Awesome. Anything else you wanted to share with us, Grace, before we go today? This has
Um,
been great.
no, I hope everybody had a fabulous Mother's Day.
Yes, yes.
I'm a mother to two little fur babies, and I was never blessed to be a mom, but I have all my nieces and nephews, and yeah, I've been a mother to a lot of people. I hope so.
Yes, 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 you have. I'm sure
Yeah.
you have. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here with us again. And thank you for this presenting this opportunity for others to just share what they learned from their mothers that has taken them through their life. Awesome. All right. So by that, so anyone, if you have any feedbacks, any thoughts, anything, mannerisms that you want to share them in the comments, right? And let us know so we can reply back to them and say, oh yeah, I have that one too. My mom used to say that one because I know most, it's like moms have like this communication signal. Doesn't matter where they are in the world. It's like and that's what I'm thinking, right? So
Yes.
let us know in the comments. We would love to hear what some of your motherisms were growing up. And we want to just thank you again for being here. It's always a pleasure serving you. Until next time. Oh, yes, I see those thumbs up and I see that heart on Facebook. So make sure to give us some thumbs up, some hearts as
Yes.
well, so that we know that you're appreciating the message. But thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you again um, next week, by the grace of God, on Tuesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So till then, take care and have yourself a blessed day.